Yo, you tuned in to Charles Trahan right now from the former group Young and Restless, also aka The Real One, and now go by the name of Mr. Charlie. But we're gonna start back in the days when I first started out with the MiamiBass music. It was I met a dude named Lenars Johnson in high school, and we used to have rap battles and talent shows, and we started working together. We liked each other's style and rhythm, and so we started getting into talent shows and going to perform at parades, and we met P-Man Sam. I originally knew him, but he had a video store, and he was also working with another rap group. So when we went into the store, we used to bother him at the base station. It was a club that he used to run, and he always knew we wanted to rap. So he said, if y'all really want a record deal, I want y'all to battle this group here. So it was like a spontaneous thing, right on the spot, and we beat the group. And next day, it took about a month for him to come see us. So about a month later, we end up meeting back up with him, and he introduced us to Eric Griffin, R.I.P., who was the producer at that time. And he made us a beat that had an original group, the Coasters, called Poison Ivy. And he had it sampled in there, and he had this paper already for us to do the rap, and it was singing on there. He wanted to sing like, I know a girl named Trudy, and then wanted me to say, not Trudy, got that booty. So we looked at Sam like, man, we don't want to sing, we want to rap. But at that time, we didn't understand the importance of having a producer, so we ended up singing a song, and next thing you know, it just blew up overnight. So after that, we also went in the studio and did a song called B Girls that Lenores wrote, and the song just had the same effect. It just blew up and took off. We started doing shows, and it's like it was an overnight success. We went on tour with Public Enemy, Kid and Play, Tupac, and we was hanging with Tupac on the tour, Ice Cube, you name it. So it was a success, just like an overnight success.
Now, my question is on who released these records? What label?
Pandisc Records. Actually, Bo Crane, which was the owner of Pandisc Records, when we finished the song with Eric Griffin and took the song to Pandisc Records, Bo Crane, he liked it, but he was kind of unsure. So what Sam did, P-Man Sam took it to the clubs and started getting the hype, and that's what showed, Bo Crane that, it really was, had some substance to it, and it blew up. It hit Power 96 and the Billboard charts, and that was it. We was gone.
How did Bo treat you guys?
When in the beginning, we was like one of Bo's first successful artists, and we ended up going through a lawsuit that had to do with the production company that P-Man Sam owned, and Pandisc Records, where the mix-up became as far as the sales of the album. I know it had a lot to do with Bo, and to actually be honest with you, we actually was getting 20%, 20% from the shows. You're supposed to get the whole 80% and the managers get 20%. We was getting the 20% from P-Man Sam. So it was a close member, I'm not going to say, but a close member of the family told us, like, hey, listen, man, y'all don't supposed to be getting 20%. Y'all supposed to be getting 80%. So that started everything. So after that, it was like downhill from there. So we stepped up P-Man, like, man, look, we heard we supposed to be getting, 80%, and you supposed to be getting 20%. So it went into a lawsuit. We stopped working, and we ended up suing Pandisc Records and the whole thing, and we started doing our own shows. And then they formed Sam formed another group called the Young Restless. So at this time, we're still hot on the charts. So it's two Young Restless groups going out doing shows.
Unbelievable.
So we going through Orlando one day, and we hear, yeah, this Saturday night, live at so-and-so, it's the Young and Restless. So good thing we had our album covers and everything. So we went in, and it was the phony group about to do the show. We took their money. Which one of the group's members was DJ Spin. He actually would produce for Luke later on, It's Your Birthday. And we laugh about it now. It's no big thing. And the P-Man Sammy also, he got killed a couple of years ago. And
any word in regards to that? Any rumors how he got killed or what happened to him?
Well, we don't know all the statistics behind it, but we know it's from somebody that was close by, and far as the details on what actually happened, we really don't know. It was a lot of
turnpike shooting, right?
Yeah, turnpike shooting, and then
Ugh, that's nasty.
he had already been shot before, so
Now,
You didn't hear anything rumors about the Rick Ross thing with him, did you?
Not well. Rick Ross. I mean.
Supposedly they had beef.
It was a little beef going on. I heard, but that's way out of Rick Ross' character. As far as
Yeah.
at the status he wouldn't,
You don't be messing with that.
But we found out later it had nothing to do with Rick Ross.
well, besides all that stuff, there was rumors years ago about somebody pouring some sort of Pepsi on a mixing board.
Where?
Was it Young and Restless or was it another group?
Well, I mean it was a shootout.
Okay, at a studio, right?
No, wait,
Okay.
Pandisc Records.
Pandisc Records, right?
Yeah.
All right, so give us a little. We want that. We want that.
Well, this is what happened.
Yeah, lead us into why you guys did that.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
Well, at that time, we were suing them, and so we got to a settlement, and let me see how I can rephrase this without going to jail. Nah, let me see. We was going through the settlement, and Lenars, he wanted, he had already gave us an advancement of 20 grand.
Fix your chain.
And
and you start the line again.
you got to look spotty up in there. Okay. All right. So we they had gave us advancement of $20,000. We split that 10-10, and Nars ended up spending his 10 grand within about a week. We hit the jewelry stores and just did the normal black shit, nickel shit. Okay, so Nars spent his money. He felt like I should be able to go back to Bo Crane and ask for some more money. So we went back and we asked for more money. Bo, can we have a little more money? But the contract wise, that was all he was supposed to give. Bo Crane gave us another 5 grand. Nars spent that up in a week. Went back to Bo Crane, wanted some more money. So they got into a fuss, and next thing you know, shots rang out. That's about all I can say. So shots rang out. There was police. They took Lenars to jail, and they took him to jail, and that's about it.
All right, so there was no pouring of soda into a mixing board.
Nah.
That was supposed to be at Hot Productions. That might be with
Coochie Crew, right?
Coochie Crew.
Yeah, it probably was another group.
I'm trying to think where that came from. Because it was a good story.
Yeah, it was.
Well, we got kicked out of criteria, but nobody pulled no soda on the mixing board.
All right, cool. What are you doing nowadays?
Well, right now I've been like I said, after the Poison Ivy, I started producing more. I produced for Trick, Trina, Rick Ross, and I was doing a lot of writing behind the scenes. And Tony Mercedes was a dude. He was doing a lot of shows back in the days. He was ex-pimp. I hope you don't mind me talking about it, but he talks about it. He was a pimp in I think Augusta, Georgia, and we used to go up there. He used to give us hoes and shit, and but we did a lot of shows with him. And it so happened a couple years later he had got an A&R spot at LaFace Records. And so he had reached out to me. He always stayed in contact with me. He reached out to me like, I need to find JT Money. I want JT Money to be on this MiamiBass. And then there was Bass. That was the name of the album. It was a single they already had out from this album called That's Just My Baby, Daddy. That's Just My Baby. Y'all probably heard that. Mm-hmm. And so they was trying to put the album together, but they wanted to get JT Money. So I at this particular time, I was working with JT Money, Trick Daddy, and Verb from the Two Live Crew, just a couple of artists down there. Mm-hmm. And we was, doing our own thing. And I was reaching out to JT, and he kind of didn't want to, go that route at first, but he ended up going with him. So I asked Tony, I said, Tony, man, why you ain't ask me to, put nothing on the album? I'm still doing my thing. He's like, well, send me something. So I put a couple of songs together. It was a cassette back then. That was like in 97, 96, 97. Mm-hmm. And I put a couple of songs that I liked it on side A, and I put a song called You Like Pina Colada on side B. So I sent it off overnight, and the next day or two they called me back and said, we got a song. And so I'm like, which song? And then they played it, and like, dun 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 dun. If you like Pina Colada. I'm like, wow, they picked that one? Because I wasn't expecting them to pick that one. So they said, yeah, this is going to be the next single. We're going to put it out and da-da-da. So they end up putting the song out, and it started taking off. But what happened, because Tony Mercedes deal with LaFace Records, I don't know what kind of deals they work out with these national, where they expect for it to sell a certain amount of copies. After Just My Baby Daddy didn't sell what they wanted it to sell, they stopped the promotion on it. But what You Like Pina Colada did took off on his own. Just started blowing up in all the places that Rupert Holmes, the original singer, song blew up in. So I produced that, and I produced the beat for that, and did the lyrics and everything, and I changed my name to Mr. Charlie in 2000. And I started, actually a song I made called Bad Motherfucker was on the soundtrack too. And after that I started just getting back in my craft of producing and writing, and now I'm working on an album. I don't even know what I'm gonna title it, but I got a lot of good songs I'm working on, and I've been still working with Slip and Slide and a lot of local labels around.